potatoes are hard. They're hard to cut through. And so if you don't have a good quality knife, that's hard. So the ones I found for y'all have blades that go all the way through. I'm using a larger knife. I'm more comfortable with it. I wanted to start y'all on a smaller knife. Y'all are 6 inches. Let me grab that. And so I think y'all will be able to handle this a little better without cutting your fingers off. So actually, before we get started on the sweet potato, I want to just, if y'all will pass this around, I want to go over some foods. Before you do anything, A, you want to wash your hands. B, you want to start with some clean utensils. The next thing we want to do is start with clean vegetables. What's going around right now is the Clean 15. So there's some of the cleanest vegetables you can buy that don't absorb pesticides, waxes, or anything that's out there. And then we have our Dirty Dozen. And these are ones that the experts really recommend that we purchase organic. These are the ones that even after you clean them, you can still be ingesting some of that stuff. And that's where some of my health problems came in because of all the just garbage that's out there. My body was rejecting it all and it was rejecting myself. So I'm gonna grab some water. So if you'll take a look at these, you'll see on our Clean 15, sweet potatoes are down at the bottom. So you can buy organic. If you can afford it, that's always better. But sometimes, you're out and about and you need to just run into the store and grab them. So this will help you know what you can kind of grab and not worry about getting all those chemicals in your body. So, but we're going to start, if you turn this over, we have how to wash your vegetables. There's vegetable washes you can purchase, but this is super easy. And it actually gets rid of 93% of the garbage that's on them, especially the clean 15. You do 1 part vinegar to 3 parts of water. You can use your sink. So for instance, you'd say you do 1 cup of vinegar with 3 cups of water. Always make sure your sink is clean. Clorox wipes are wonderful. That's actually what's recommended in the food service industry. Anything with bleach. Again, we're getting into chemicals there, and it's not my favorite, but it does, you want to start with a clean surface. If you're uncomfortable with your sink, you can always use a large bowl as well. So you want to soak your vegetables. It tells you right here. And it's actually 98% preeminent. Sorry about that. You want your vegetables to be room temperature. The more porous, soft-skinned vegetables and fruits like your tomatoes, if they're cold, the temperature can shock the pores in the skins and it can make the dirty water soak up into there. And you don't want to do that. You're already cleaning your stuff, so why would you want to redo that? Okay, I'm just going to rinse this right here for our sweet potatoes since it's one of our Clean 15s. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do these. We're going to start off with dicing. I brought 4 mandolins, so when y'all go to each table, and we can put some potatoes over there if y'all want to mess with them. I'm going to leave the skin on. There's actually a lot of nutrients in the skin, so you want to do that. My mother always would scrub with just plain old dish soap. She'd take a scrubber, and that's fine as well. So you just take it. I'm going to cut it in half. Again, sweet potatoes, y'all see how much pressure I'm having to put on here? Did y'all hear that? So this is your sweet potato. You always want to cut it in half first. That's going to give you a flat surface, and so you're not going to hurt yourself as much. Always keep your fingers out of the way when you go down. The next one I'm just going to cut in half. So I'm going to cut this in 4ths. Like that. Keep your fingers out of the way, and now we have big wedges. Now y'all could do this, my kids like this, if you just put a little, whatever oil of your choice, coconut oil, olive oil, and bake them for about an hour. Turn them in the middle, bake about 400. You have some wonderful wedges. Throw together with your stuff. That's an easy way. Or if you want to dice them, this is good if you want to put in soups, or also if you're going to do like a vegetable mixture. I have some recipes that I'm going to give y'all as well that have some of that in there. So y'all saw my long way. We're going to go sideways now, and we're going to make them diced. Super easy. I want y'all to start with keeping your blade on here and put your hand on top of the blade. And you just come down. Super easy, super safe. You're not slipping, and you have your dices. Let me grab a jar here. You can make them as big as you want or small as you want, and they can go in whatever recipes you want. So we'll do that again on this side. Just go down the middle, keep your hand on top of the blade. Because it's such a hard thing to cut, you don't want to be anywhere if you accidentally slip. So always remember safety. And then again, put your blade on the end of your cutting board and just come down and rock it. And as you get faster, you can go faster. And then you'll feel like Iron Chef. All right, there's our sweet potatoes. Another way we're going to do our sweet potatoes, and I'm going to leave the skin on as well. Let me rinse this one here. I'm going to get this one. This is called a mandolin. Has anybody ever used one? They're super easy. I love these. We make pickles at the deli. It was my grandmother's recipe, and we live by these. We love these. It makes slicing things quickly. It's also safer because you're not sitting here trying to do this the whole time and try to keep it even, because you see none of them are even. Got a thicker, thinner. So this is a wonderful tool to use. Always, 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 always use your guard. So I'm going to cut it down a little bit so it'll be easier to use my guard. See how that does that? We're just going to puncture it, push this down. And like I said, y'all get to use these at the table as well. And you just come down. This is so easy. It's my favorite thing in the world. Super easy. And you get to the bottom. This should move. I got it caught because I pushed too hard. But you have them. And so now you can bake these with a little oil on them, and you have sweet potato chips. A nice little snack. Your kids will actually eat them. And y'all will actually eat them as well. Are there any questions about the mandolin?
It does have adjustments, right, for different thicknesses?
Yes. So this one right here that I purchased, it's one of the cheapest ones I've found. It's actually at Walmart. It's only $9. And so these blades come out. And so it comes with two of these, and it says thin slice on this one, and the other one says thick slice. They're super easy. Just be careful of this blade. Throw them in the dishwasher. Wonderful. It'll sanitize it as well. It'll dull the blade after a while, but so will use. But for $10, you know, you can buy one once a year and you're good. So there's a mandolin. It's one of my favorites. We'll use this several times today. All right.
Do you cook the chips the same way?
Cook them, yeah. And in fact, that'll be less because they're not as thick. So instead of French fries, you'll have chips. So, and it's really good. I like it. All right. We're going to move on to cutting an onion. Who's scared of cutting onions?
Me.
All right. You're scared? Do they make you cry?
Yes.
So the only trick I know how not to cry is I wear contacts. So when I'm at the deli and we have to cut stuff, and I don't have my glasses that day, I kind of get bummed. There's old wives' tales. You can run water if you cut by the sink and run cold water. That does seem to help a little bit. Or if you just do it really fast and get on with your life, you're good too. So we're going to start. Yellow onions are my favorite. I like a yellow sweet. I really think it gives whatever you're cooking with a good foundation, whether it be a soup, a salsa, a sauce. The yellow onion is my favorite. So we're going to, I also like to get good sized ones. Try to find round ones when you purchase them. You know, the ones that look squished, they're just hard to cut. You always want something where you can get a flat surface so you're safe with your knife. That's always your goal. So we're going to start, and we're going to cut off the root and the tip end of this. And you'll just come straight down. If you have a good knife, you won't be hacking away. You'll be able to just slice right through.
Always wash it beforehand?
No, because of the skin around it, you don't have to at all. So now we got our little ends here. I'm going to cut it in half so that I can get the peels off. And this time of year, sometimes you get them kind of bad. You kind of see in there. And that stuff you can just cut off. It comes right off, and it's not going to hurt you. With an onion, you can also peel the layer down to wherever it's bad, because that's just sometimes what we get around here. So you're just going to peel it. And I'll peel this one as well. I saw that bad. Set that aside. All right. Now, the ends that you cut off, you want to put that up. So it's looking at you like that. Can y'all see how it looks like a U shape towards you right now? We're going to have that up. I'll cut towards y'all so you can see this. I'm going to cut it in half. Okay? And then we're going to lay it down. You have your flat surface here, and it's easy. You're going to come and just make some marks all the way down. We're going to do the similar cut to tomatoes, except all the way through. So it's easy to start on an onion first. So did y'all see how I did that? I cut it in half, and then I cut it lengthwise. And now I'm just going to cut it one more time. This is a good time to rock. Keep your hand on the blade. And if your food goes places, that's okay. Usually with onions, it doesn't have to be a perfect chop. And there you go again. You can start looking like you know what you're doing. Super easy. I'll do it again on the other one. All right. So I cut that bad end. Here's our ends. We're going to have, where it was on the end, we're going to cut that in half. And then we're going to lay it flat because it's easier to cut on a flat surface. Cut long ways. And then you're going to rock. And when you're going fast, it'll fall off your knife as well. And so there you have, are those bothering y'all? Can y'all smell them? Okay, good, good. And there you have a diced onion. Super easy. Like I said, I like to start my foundations with sauces with onions. I think it gives a really good flavor with a good fat or oil, whatever you choose, coconut oil, olive oil. Sunflower oil is a good choice. Or if you do dairy, do butter, but do real butter. Don't do any margarines. Those have hydrogenated oils. We don't want to put those in our body. You can also use, if you're cooking, you can use it with meat fat. You can, bacon fat is high in fat, but it's also whole fat. Or even with red meat, if you're cooking hamburger meat, you can throw it in there and the fat will help saute it. All right, so there's our diced onion. I'm going to cover this up so y'all don't die here in a minute. And then I'm going to do a sliced onion. Sometimes if you are sauteing, like if you're making a fajita meat, you know, do a chicken fajita meat with lots of veggies, you want it sliced. You don't want them diced up like this. So we're going to go again. We're going to cut the ends off.